It's week 8 of the NFL, and we'll see the Steelers' speedy running back. He comes into this one second in the league in rushing with an eye on becoming number 1. It's the Steelers and the Browns, and it's coming up next.
Along the shores of Lake Erie, the Dog Pound already in full roar. We welcome you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't. Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offense and defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball. A lot more runs, less pass protection. So for them, they're thrilled. But for anybody who has to handle the ball on either side, offense or defense, this is a nightmare. You're stressing about what gloves, no gloves. Do I sometimes wear gloves? The quarterback, towel. There is a lot of conversations going on with the equipment guys in the locker room. Rain games for skill players are the worst.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield.
Anytime you find yourself on the road, you want to do anything you can early to establish yourself and quiet this crowd. And I'll tell you, there's no better way than to take the opening kickoff nearly all the way and set up your offense with great field position to start this game.
The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to one score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't seem to keep it close. They've got to do a better job of keeping pace early, get off to a faster start. They want to have a chance. Come to fourth quarter, if this thing's within one score, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable this time around than where they were last week.
Now they'll set up to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. They will have it at the 24-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Now, he's going to run it. And he's down at the 3. What a run.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return starts from the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all of those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. They'll look to throw. He's got his man, the tight end, David Njoku. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes. I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
It's a short throw caught by Njoku. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
That's taken in by Chubb. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Not a whole lot there as he'll get to midfield, and that's all. Here's a 2nd and 9. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Calvin Austin deep for the Steelers. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he continues to show off his ability to run with the football when the situation calls for it. He is the NFL's leader in rush yards at the quarterback position. This drive will start on the ground. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. More of the same right here, and you can see the numbers. They're really starting to pile up for the quarterback, especially on the ground here in the first half, Mike. And when he takes off running, you can feel everyone kind of hold their breath, both in terms of him being electrifying, but also the fact that they want to make sure he's not taking any unnecessary shots.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. Second and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
From the 50, he'll set him, and he's going to have to eat this one, and down he goes.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
And that ball incomplete over the middle.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron. Got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
He'll try and get there on the ground.
With the ball for a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up fourth down.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. He'll drop to throw. That's incomplete. Daring Hall on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on downs.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
Ready, go!
On the ground, it's Chubb to start this drive. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. On the handoff, 4. It's a short pickup, taking this to the 49. Logan Lee there on the tackle. Third and 6.
Here we go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Boswell now for the extra point. The kick. And the Steelers move out on top, 14-0. One quarter in the books. It's the Steelers with the early lead. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Williams. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Here's a screen set up for 4. And he is very close to the 1st down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
Here's Austin to return. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but the wheels as well. The NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He runs with it. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
So a pair of 1st downs moves him out to the 47-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Here's a run going left. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. Now this time they'll look to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Darnell Washington. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
Let's go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He keeps it himself. He'll get rid of it and complete it.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
the gun. He'll throw. That's caught. It's Roman Wilson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons, he can spread the ball out and find the open space.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to keep it himself. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run! Touchdown, Pittsburgh. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back. Williams now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Browns offense ready to get back at it. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
That's a throw that's going to make them cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. Every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
This brought in out past the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the 1st half that has really given them fits. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that game to nothing.
And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Let's go now.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Now he takes off. Here's 2nd and 2. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. Taken in by Connor Hayward. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense.
You have to appreciate the effort of the ball carrier. I mean, how many tackles did it seem like he broke on that run? But so often we see it, Mike, time and time again. The more these guys fight for extra yards, they're fighting and clawing for every inch. That ball just gets a little lower and a little looser, and the way these guys are taught now on defense, if you don't have great ball security, they are going to attack it, and in this case, they're able to pop it loose. Big takeaway.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. We might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Let's go.
They'll stay on the ground. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
There hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Cleveland after this. Here's a 2nd and 12. This one complete to Hayward. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
He'll try to run for it. And he will not be quite able to stretch the ball out. They're going to mark him down after that huge run all the way to the 1. That escape ability on display, as you can see. The rushing total now over 100 yards from the quarterback position. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first, and that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 10 and 11 on the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers move out to a commanding 28-0 first half lead.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now an opening past the 30. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Browns offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you, and sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. This one complete to Washington.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They'll try to run. And he's going to have the Steelers first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game and number 12 on the year.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Final 9 seconds of this half, and the kick is away. Here's Williams on the return, and they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half. Very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL, and if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. And it's the Bills who have the lead in that one. Keon Coleman, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game as they fall to the visiting Washington Commanders. Joe Burrow leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they trail the visiting Ravens in that one at halftime. The Ravens trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half. Because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. Now, faking the give. That is caught downfield by Campbell. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Patrick Queen, the linebacker, they're on the tackle. They face second down and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
An 8-yard loss on the play. It's now third down.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long.
Here we go, sack.
They'll look to throw. That's complete on the tight end screen. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. The Browns getting their punting team out there as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. He's been a machine in the red zone here first couple of months of the season. In fact, leading the NFL in rushing touchdowns. They'll go with a counter on first down. Nice move, slips a tackle, gets forward for a gain of 2. Second down and 8. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Taking off. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
No!
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we'll see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up, there's nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
They've got it at the 8. 1st down and goal. Here's a run. And he will score again. Touchdown, Steelers. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Williams. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Browns offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Chubb. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back. So here in the second half, it's obvious. Themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points, but really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play. It stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Here we go, Zach.
His drive will start on the ground. Oh! And he'll twist his way to a good run. A pickup of 7 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll stick with him again. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a...
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Let's go now.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
And he's not going to get away. They'll knock him back to his own territory. They get him on the other side of midfield.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
And this is when it just gets very frustrating as a defense, because this is what it's been like all day. The pass rush is good, but just not quite good enough. They let him slip through, and he burns them with big yardage.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. In this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. The defenders knew a pass was coming. They had their ears pinned back here on 3rd down, but they initially allowed him to escape the pocket and make a break for it, but give them credit. They recognized the scramble quickly, rallied to the ball, stopped him short of the 1st down. Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot. Your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do. Greg, simply put, they've been off their game right from the jump.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the way the game goes, and you can't really put your finger on it, but you feel good coming out of the week of practice. You feel really good about your game plan, and then once the ball's kicked off, nothing seems to work, and it's very frustrating because you can look great one week, and then the next week be completely taken out of your game.
They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10.
Set, go.
Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, Mike, this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
Oh, looks like he may have had a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. Go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he will go all the way. Roman Wilson. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That his 1st touchdown this year. Greg, in the end zone again, I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get the lead, it's just milk the clock and let's get out with a win. But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He knocks it through. And the Steelers stretch things out even further. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. That's to the right side and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Now sets up a screen for Chubb. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. They'll get 19 out of that play. It's a Browns 1st down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. This one has gone pretty well to four. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now going to try to polish this thing off here in the fourth. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, there's refusing to take your foot off the gas, and then there's this. I'm not even sure really how to classify. I mean, to have this type of lead in the fourth quarter and still continue to air it out. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pay attention to this after the game coach's handshake. I think it could be pretty interesting.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And that changes things. Out of bounds inside the 40. A big play there on the scramble. A gain of 48.
And what a decision to turn into a runner and tuck that ball down and go. You could tell initially he's thinking, just pick up the first down and get out of bounds. But as the play unfolded, he realized there was a lot more green grass in front of me. For a minute, it looked like he was going to take it all the way, but he'll settle for the big gain. Sets up first down.
Ready.
First and 10 now from the 36. There he goes again. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
When you're game planning during the week for a mobile quarterback like this, on every down, you have to have somebody to account for him. You can see why here. He's able to escape the pocket, turn into a runner, and he can take every play and make it a big play.
From the gun, here's a handoff. Trying to bounce that outside. It went a long way for a gain of nothing.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Quick throw, taken in. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
Let's go now. Go.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a first and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Go.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception.
To the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers will add one more onto their big lead.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here's Williams on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll do so with 1st and 10.
Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. But this is taken in by a teammate. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. This one complete to Campbell. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. 1st down, Cleveland.
Here we go. Here we go.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
A loss of 6 brings up 2nd and 16 at the 41-yard line.
Ready.
Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
We'll try again. Thrown left side. The catch is made. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it.
Let's go now.
So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.